What's up, guys? This is Acidic Roots. So it's time for the continuation of F-Zero. Now, part 1 of that was basically just a fail video, just seeing how far I could get with the standard car that I, wanted to try. I mean, normally I would just choose Captain Falcon in these races, but, I wanted to say, I figured I was good enough to beat, novice mode on any of the cups, but that just turned out to not be the case. The point being, point blank, this is a tough game on any way you slice it, so that didn't work out that well. Or, I don't know, I mean, maybe I tried like standard difficulty, I don't really remember. I must have did like both things, but yeah, so Captain Falcon and later F-Zeros is not really my car of choice. I think I'd choose the Mighty Gazelle, just because it has like an A boost, but he also has an E for body, so that's the worst, rank for body that you can have, so he dies easily, basically. But, yeah, I think I used Captain Falcon in the past when I played this game, so I didn't bother trying to mess with Samurai Goro and Pico. I figured, I haven't used those guys enough to really dictate what style of character they have, but, I was thinking about doing some more just let's mess around type vibes. I mean, things like Capri Sun and these sorts of folks, racing games you don't really beat racing games for the most part, so I suppose these would technically be let's mess arounds, but I just don't know what else there is to do in this game besides either race or, try, not have the intention of winning. But maybe, I don't know, I mean, that's the thing, is the sheer amount of times I've played this game has just been pretty, sporadic. So, yeah, that's the main thing there, so I'd like to make this a less mess around, but then I kind of like the idea of it being a let's play too, so either way. So this is Mute City. Obviously we're back in the first course, so you are going to be seeing some of the courses you saw, but this time we're going to see courses 4 and 5. So we're getting past Sand Ocean. I think we actually did get the silence in the last video, but I really don't remember how well I did, so the main thing. But yeah, I mean, I played F-Zero GX just today actually to get these little intros going. And I gotta tell you, I mean, there is just no way in hell I think I could beat F-Zero GX without having some degree of like practice involved with it. I mean, I don't know how many hours I would have to play the game. When I played it when I was 14 when it came out, it initially, I was able to beat it within 6 months. I mean, I obviously didn't attempt the hard and extremely hard difficulties, but I was able to see the ending. You wind up fighting the creators, which I don't know if they're trying to say, like, creators of the F-Zero world, but they're like these little demon-looking heads things. And they, that's Mission 9 in the story mode. Captain Falcon fights them and then takes off his helmet. It's like, obviously you don't get to see his face, but that is what happens. And I think they made an animated show of F-Zero, and I think you actually do get to see Falcon's face in that. But, obviously they had to do more stuff. This is kind of like in the Marvel Comics movies, how the hero will take off his mask in those also, so. Really, Captain Falcon's just one of those assholes that you're pretty much, I mean, his story will pretty much always be a mystery. So they've tried. I mean, if you play through F-Zero GX and you get first, you get some interview questions, and even when he's asking direct questions, like he'll ask, "Why did you become a racer?" and he'll say, "I needed money," or something like that. And it's that's the whole thing. I mean, he answers you with one sentence. I'm thinking about doing a few videos just showing some of the answers you can get, but I'm not going to be able to beat the game on Master and very hard difficulties. So That, I mean, that's like extreme right there. Those are like Xbox Live achievements that, you get the idea. So, like when I flip on my Xbox, there's always like this achievement where it says beat, Halo 3, all missions in Legendary in under 3 hours, and then you get a mere 30 gamer points for doing so. It's like, I mean, you gotta understand the tech, the idea behind that is, that's the point of the game, is to be able to beat Halo on Legendary. I suppose they think that you shouldn't have to be rewarded for it, but I don't know. I mean, in some cases you should. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of why I miss Blockbusters, because they used to do deals. It's like, if you were to do well in the game and Blockbuster were to hear about it, it's like, oh, that's a free rental right there. I mean, that was the sort of stuff. I've opened Nintendo Powers, and how many times Nintendo Power and Blockbuster, had deals where you could, try out the Virtual Boy. If you rented 2 games, you got the third one free, and you could rent the Virtual Boy console, which is rare as shit, but you could rent that and get it for like 3 days and that sort of stuff. So I know they could have done it. I mean, Pizza Hut, Blockbuster, you're going to be seeing videos later this year about those specific companies, but obviously in today's age, if we're talking 2018, there's just no way that we shouldn't, have that sort of concoction, because I'll tell you what, Redbox is not going to offer like promotion for Xbox games. I mean, really, if you catch an Xbox game in a Redbox, it's usually Madden or NBA 2K or something like that, but I don't remember Halo 3 being in Redbox or Gears of War or any of those games. So this is necessary. I mean, in Ninja Turtles the arcade game, you can see Pizza Hut. There's a reference directly to Pizza Hut in-game. I think it's one of the few actual video games that Pizza Hut popped up in, but that's the whole damn thing. It's slick stuff like that that makes a difference. So, they always relate Super Mario to saying that he likes pasta, but, you really never see Mario eat, like, regular food. The whole thing, at least I don't think you do. He likes mushrooms, but even recently he's not really eating those as much. I don't know about Super Mario Odyssey, if they put super mushrooms in that, and if the fire flower was in that, and that sort of thing, but I don't know, Nintendo's just been weird lately. It's the whole damn thing. They're really, I don't want to say they're on their last legs, but I really feel like you're in their world rather than they're in ours. And once you realize that, it's kind of like, if you don't like what they're doing, it could be 2, even 3 or 4 years before they do something that you want to see again. I mean, they are a billion-dollar company, but, that's what you're looking at. There's a reason why I'm a retro gamer. I mean, I just, I can't complain too much about games like this and the ones for the NES. Those are simple enough to fuck with. So, I really would like another F-Zero. I'm sure almost so many people who LP'd this game have said that, but we really could use a new one. The main reason why I say that is because I want a story mode. I mean, you can't have 30 different racers to choose from and then only incorporate like 3 of them. Like Samurai Goro pops up in F-Zero GX story, Black Bull does, Deathborn does, the main villain from that game. But you don't see Pico, you don't see Dr. Stewart that much. So, I mean, the original 4, half of them are not even in the game. So, it's kind of, you do see Jodie Summers, she's just the damsel in distress, and, but it was really kind of tricky. I guess Michael Chain was in it too. I know some of the folks, but gotta tell you, we need like multiple stories to sit there and do that. Nintendo knows that it needs to do it. I mean, either give the license back to Sega or something. But yeah, this is a pleasant little stage. Got 3rd. You have to get at least 3rd to progress. That's recommended. 4th is considered last. So there's only 4 choosable racers. So And I do like this green, this little green ocean or whatever it is. Pretty slick. Kind of reminds me of Planet Namek from Dragon Ball. If you paid attention to that, I mean, that was pretty clever that Toriyama came up with that, you know, blue grass and green oceans versus the other way around. I don't know who's going to come up with something like that again, I gotta tell you. But badass, you know, it definitely is. So. But if you're wondering why you kind of veer off to the side, it's not because of magnets, it's because of the wind. That's supposed to be the wind incorporated in the stage. This is Pico's home planet, the green car, and he's some type of alien, but this is apparently where he resides. But, you know, he's another one of those characters that you just don't know that much about, so he's a mercenary and that sort of stuff, but, yeah. So, obviously, the game is implying that he might have killed the whole thing there. He might have killed a few folks. I mean, obviously, this is the main setting for this game is rated T for teen, but I think you can imply a mercenary kills as a mercenary either is going to kill or has killed. So, yeah. I really don't like this stage. I mean, it pissed me off when I played it. I'm gonna say that much. I know, it's just, I mean, you have to do it, but yeah, I mean, the wind will definitely screw you over. Some of these racers are pretty brutal. I mean, that's the thing about it. They do not care if they bump into you. It's gonna do some stuff. So it's not an attack. You know, obviously that would be too overpowered to do that. OP. It's funny using those acronyms and that sort of thing. You know, that's a gaming term. It's like farming. You gotta say you gotta farm for health or that sort of stuff. It's a good little term. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I would like to set up F-Zero X. I mean, I haven't really done any Nintendo 64 games, but I'd like to. I would definitely like to, you know, do like Grand Prix with maybe Frenchie and I or something like that. Preston, someone like that, but I just don't know if you can play Grand Prix with 2 players. I mean, that's kind of awkward. You can do that with Mario Kart, but you can't do it with F-Zero. Maybe you can. It'd be interesting if you could. I don't know how it would work because, yeah, I don't know. The Silence was the 5th stage. It's kind of awkward. I must have died on this because I don't know why it's 22 minutes. This is the last stage of the thing. I really hope I didn't fucking get a game over in this. That would have pissed me off. There still is 8 minutes left of, you know, commentary. Just trying to figure out whatever else Nintendo's going to be up to right now. I mean, E3 is right around the corner. And then the Consumer Electronics Show, the news actually talks about that. I've seen that for like the 2nd year in a row. The local news has talked about the CES show, which, you know, 20 years ago, something like that, before E3, that was kind of where all the new video games came out. But I just don't know what pops up there now. Mostly it's for like fledgling inventors and that sort of thing. But then the supposed, I mean, that's kind of like the talent show or whatever, the science fair, you know, that sort of stuff is just for, you know, electronics, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I was kind of wondering what went on that. But E3 is getting ready to show up, and it's really hard to turn. You know, if you're wondering why I'm wiping out so much, it's you really either have to hit the brakes or use the turn buttons, and then you look at the course, you're making 90-degree angle turns. So, I mean, that's the whole thing there. But So, yeah, there was something else I was trying to say. I don't know. I mean, I watch the channel Boogie2988, and he talks about games quite a bit. But the thing is I don't know why they're just not interested. I mean, even he is starting to admit, like, video games. You know, the fact of the matter, if Cuphead is like the most appealing game of the year, it's strange just because it's a two-dimensional game and we just don't know what's happening. And plus, Cuphead is pretty hard and you can't even, I don't know if you can buy it in stores, so I don't know how that's outdoing Call of Duty. That's the thing. I mean, Call of Duty, it feels like it peaked out in 2011 or something like that. Black Ops 2, some era, some of that stuff, but I don't know. I mean, November is just not the same now that Halo and Call of Duty are constantly going to be the big games of the year. So I'd say we're pretty much on par with Halo 6, but then I didn't buy Halo 5, and yeah, we're pretty much on par for Halo 6, but I don't know what's going to happen. I really hope that they start to tone down some of that stuff, because you really can't determine who's going to be like a toxic player. You know, they say we don't like toxic toxic gamers, but you know, there's a difference between poking fun at something and, you know, not doing that. So because there, I mean, yeah, you get shit talkers on there. There's no way of correcting that, but you know, if you commit suicide in Halo, it's like you could get kicked out for that. I just don't understand how someone making racial slurs is, you know, less of an imperative than, you know, committing suicide, which is actually not attacking your teammates. Or even being AFK, you know, they'll just boot you out of the game. They started doing that in Halo 5. It's like, well, I mean, sometimes you know, because I know how, you know, I play the Master Chief Collection for Xbox One, and the whole thing is, you know, it'll take 20 minutes to find a game, and then, you know, on top of that, if you unplug your battery, it won't let you get into the game. So it's like you either have to have the wired controller, or you know, that's half your battery getting eaten up. So I don't know. I really do not like wireless controllers. I just have always preferred the wire. When I had an Xbox 360, or when I, you know, with my Xbox 360, I, you know, use a wired controller because I don't want to have to buy, you know, 60 pairs of batteries per year. That's the whole thing. I mean, you know, people say, oh, well, you should have a job, you should have money, but just to play a mere video game, I mean, that was not something we had to do 20 years ago. I mean, we were not spending, you know, $50, $70 a year on batteries just to play a video game for 4 or 5 hours. I mean, that's what it adds up to. You're always having to buy batteries if you're a gamer nowadays. So, just need to bring that back. I know obviously wireless controllers are here to stay, but it's because of stuff like that. That's the reason why I like, you know, Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Genesis and those sorts of machines. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what else Boogie2988 has said. I mean, he really does. I mean, his hit and miss ratio is like really aligned. I mean, I'd say probably 4/6, 2/3 of what he does is worthwhile, but I don't want to say 2/3 because it just seems more apparent to say 4/6, you know, rather than 66%, you know, saying 4 out of 6 is just a little bit better because it's like, oh, I only missed 2 as opposed to, you know, 34, you know, that's kind of, you know, 66 out of 100 is a little not as apparent as 4 out of 6. So about 4 out of 6 videos wind up being good. That doesn't mean I'm watching them beginning to end, but you get the idea. It's, you know, it's worthwhile. So I just have a more appreciation for like comedy skits anymore. The people who you know, go to the trouble of not liking something and then making an elaborate skit about it and trying to say, you know, how this is supposed to be screwed up. That's, you know, that's definitely where it's at. We need more people doing that, and I'm on the hunt for them. I definitely have to say that. I'm completely searching for people who know how to do a comedy sketch or know how to do a comedy skit. I mean, I don't think Saturday Night Live is the only group that knows how to do that. That, you know, we confide too much in them for our own sake. And, you know, there's random people like you and I, and we can do that sort of stuff. I mean, you do not have to be worth $100,000 to know how to make someone laugh. So, like, there was some piece of advice, I saw a fortune the other day, and it said, like, you know, you do not have to be talented to get experience. That's the truth. I mean, if you're gonna take something, if you need like some sort of pick me up to make you feel better, there you go. You don't need talent to get experience. So that's something to consider. But yeah, so I guess in the next video I'm gonna do the Queen Cup. And it may wind up pissing me off, but we'll see. If it winds up just being a fail video, I'm just going to say fuck the whole thing. I'm not going to cancel the Let's Play, but I'm definitely just going to have, I mean, because you really don't get anything for beating this game, getting first the whole time. It just doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say fuck it. You saw the stages, and, you know, it is what it is. So, I mean, it's a fun game, but it takes itself too seriously. So, alright, subscribe for more fun. Stay tuned for part 3. It'll probably come out towards, like, early April or somewhere in that ballpark. So, subscribe.